The UK is all set to announce plans to improve the combat readiness of its military, while the European nation intends to spend $3.3 billion on replenishing munitions and stockpiles that have been depleted by the war in Ukraine. Well, the war has exposed weaknesses in British military, including dwindling reserves of munitions and a lack of industrial capacity needed to ramp up production quickly. Well, the Defence Command paper would set out a strategy to reshape forces to counter the more immediate threat posed by Russia and the long-term challenge from China. The new strategy would include plans for a new global response force and an improved surge capacity force made up of former soldiers. As part of the new defence strategy, the government said it would prioritise investment in science and technology, including the use of robotics and laser weapons. The UK Defence Minister Ben Wallace said the strategy would ensure Britain remains at the forefront of military capability and a leading power in NATO.
Ukraine, tragically, and it is a tragedy that this has had to be the case, has become a battle lab for all those people offering things, and the Ukrainians take them and embrace them, and we gift them, and Ukraine tells us whether they work or not, or we see how they're used. And those sort of things mean that we would be foolish to ignore those lessons and not import them into our own armed forces to make sure that we can be match fit for any future conflict.
Well, earlier the UK announced it would spend more on defence to take it to about 2.25% of GDP this year and next, from about 2% previously. Now, Ben Wallace has said he would be prepared to speak out from the backbenches if Rishi Sunak does not stick to his promise to increase military spending. Wallace will not stand as a Member of Parliament in the next UK national election and will leave government when Rishi Sunak carries out his next cabinet reshuffle. Well, after the United States, UK has been the second largest supplier of military aid to Ukraine. UK has in the past been the first country to supply more sophisticated weapons to the country. It sent the first shoulder-launched anti-air and anti-tank weapons to Ukraine in the run-up to the invasion. In February, the UK announced it would be the first country to begin training Ukrainian pilots on NATO fighter jets.